Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the North Star Network. I'm Robert Bateman. Alongside me, Owen O'Keefe, and our third analyst, Drew Matiasic. On the sideline, we have Johnny Lisi, and on camera, we have Aaron Tarquinio. Tonight, we have the Star Wars rivalry coming at you here at Michael J. Bragnum Stadium as the 9-6 North Stars are looking to defend their home turf against the 5-9 Liverpool Warriors. The Warriors are 0-7 in the Metro and are looking for a win here in the Metro to get them started off for sectionals, whereas the North Stars, they're looking for a win to carry them into sectionals coming off their last game of the season. Owen, what do you have to add?
Well, going into this game, it's similar to the boys' game, why it's actually not being played. Neither team really needs this game. I think Liverpool gets this win, though, that will bump them up to 400 on the year and bring them into sectionals coming in the next few weeks. Where with CNS, they sit at 9-6, 4-3 in the Metro. They don't really need a win for sectionals. They're already stuck behind balls, so I don't think that'll move them up in front of anyone or fall down behind someone. But it's still good to get another game in, so you're not playing a week without a game in lacrosse.
Drew, anything to add? I would like to say before you go that the last time these two teams faced off, it was 12-5. CNS winning against Liverpool at their home turf. And we are going to be right back after the starting lineups and the national anthem. Make sure to stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
Warriors and our home team CNS. Thanks to Cicero-North, Syracuse Warriors in conjunction with Salt City Athletic Conference, such as great events and the New York City Public High School Athletic Association promoting and expect good sportsmanship from all athletes, coaches, and spectators. Additionally, we expect to promote a positive environment so we may all enjoy tonight's competition. We thank all those that make tonight's competition possible, especially our officials. The Cicero-North Syracuse Warriors ask everyone to be loud, be proud, and be positive. Please let the players play, the coaches, and the officials appreciate. We welcome our guests to Liverpool along with everyone watching the team remotely. It was all the participants who vote in tonight's game. At this time, the day will be dry over your heads. You should place your right hand over your heart for the singing of our national anthem. So please have your friend in the CNS High School Chorus. Sing your anthem tonight.
There's the sideline battery. I forgot to
bring it. The starting lineup. First of all, the Liverpool Warriors. Starting at 8 with number 4, Junior number 6, Eddie Huey. Freshman number 12, Gia Carbo. Senior number 16, Michelle Sacco. Starting midfield, senior number 1, Maggie Pitt. Junior number 5, Grace Healy. Freshman number 7, Caitlin Wilford. Sophomore number 14, Annie Gray. Sophomore number 15, Mia Kurkoff. Starting defense, sophomore number 8, Zoe Patrick. Senior number 22, Morgan Clark. Starting Warriors, senior number 29, Clark Liverpool. The Warriors led by head coach Ian Anderson is set into the flood of Cicero-North. Doors are being moving up. Senior number 7, Syracuse. Sophomore number 17, Turning midfield, sophomore number 11, Senior number 14, Sam Clyde. Sophomore number 22, Brooke Bolshaw. Freshman number 27, Gary Portman. Third defense, senior number 2, George Allen. Senior number 16, Allison Cole. And senior number 18, Molly McGrath. Junior number 20, Ava Sabino. Our search, junior number 30, Nicole Miller. Our search, head coach and purposes to our Bird Plains, Edwin Star. Team to the sideline.
Perfect, thank you. Let's go there.
Okay, so now that we have some time, thank you first to our CNS High School chorus. Drew, I'm going to send it over to you for some of the key stat lines going into this game.
All right, for on Liverpool, we have their top 3 players. They're a real offensive threat, but after that, it kind of tapers off with Gianna Carbone with 33 goals and 4 assists, Mia Berthoff with 27 goals and 16 assists, and Abby Geary with 22 goals and 16 assists. They're a really high-scoring Liverpool team. They don't have any wins in the SCAC Metro. I mean, they have nothing really to lose here. They're the underdogs. Let's see what happens.
And I would like to just add one stat that I saw. Liverpool is the only team in the SCAC Metro to score less goals than they've actually allowed, and they have struggled this season. Like I said earlier, 5-9 coming into this game, 0-7 in the SCAC Metro, so they really need a win here tonight. Owen, I'm going to kick it over to you so we can send it down to Johnny.
Yeah, Rob, I think this is actually a great time to send it down to Johnny Leese right before his opening draw takes off in the Star Wars matchup.
Definitely an interesting night down here on the turf. It just started to mist a few minutes ago. We're in the clear after thunderstorms all day, but now it looks like it's going to be misty for the start of the game. I spoke to Liverpool head coach Erin Anderson, and I asked her how she's feeling coming into this game after losing to CNS. She said there were missing players last time, but this game, they're hungry, they're ready, and she's looking to get the job done with her whole squad. Now, I spoke to CNS head coach Stephanie Prentice, and she said that the last game they played against West Jenny was a good, hard-fought game. She said they're looking to continue that momentum, and Liverpool is a good team, and they're going to play them hard tonight, guys.
Thank you, Johnny and Rob. I'll swing it over to you.
Yeah, and so for our opening draw here tonight, this one will be massive. The last time we saw these two teams matched up, Owen, you and I were actually at that game at Liverpool. CNS really ran away with it. 12-5 was the final score, and that's a false start, so Liverpool will get to start things off.
Yeah, false start there from Putman. Very rare thing you see her commit. I guess Liverpool coming the other way.
And Geary's going to run things around the horn. She kicks it over to number 12, Gianna Carbone. Now we're going to see it with number 4, Lana Alampi. Liverpool taking their time here, not trying to rush any of their offense. It's up to Berthoff. Taking their time still. Watch Maggie Tiff, number 1 there. Sam Klein will be defending her. Tiffed with it now. Klein quick to pursue. And now it's with X. Over to Berthoff. Berthoff coming all the way around to get this one at X. Molly McGrath steps up. That pass inside. Bobbled. Received by Tori Iannotti. She's going to look to get some space here around the Liverpool defense. And there will be a foul. They're just going to keep going with it. Tori Iannotti now making her way down the field. She gets into the attacking third, and she slows things up. looks to start the offense off. She's going to go all the way. And now she finally finds Neshi. Neshi going to work at the X. She's really been a breakout star this year for the North Stars, coming in as a 9th grader, making a big impact ever since she got her first start. And now it's one of the North Stars' brightest prospects, Brooke Maltrinoff, who has it. Now Gabby Cicerelli is going to work at the Neshi. CNS really moving the ball well here to start off. Mackenzie Prentice taking her time. She finally slows things down. She's going to come around the crease. Passes inside. That one nowhere near a defend any player. And now it's scooped by a Liverpool defender. Looks like Berthoff. Mia Berthoff flies that one over the head of everyone. That goes out of bounds, and Ava Semino will get to bring it in.
Yeah, CNS really looking there to get a quick short pass from Prentice to Putman after coming around X, but obviously just too swelled up with the Liverpool defense. They saw it a week or two ago at Liverpool, and then they were ready for it today.
Oh, and we see Ava Semino get her spot back into the starting lineup over Mira Lieberman, who's been really a solid piece for the North Stars on defense this year ever since she worked her way into the starting lineup. Now Tori Ayanati attacks some space. She's met by Tift, and she gets hit hard there. That should be an 8-meter. It will be.
Yeah, but one thing we always also do know with Prentice, she always likes to change things up with no matter what side of the field she's working with. She'll always change up lineups and who's playing with who. So we see here Lieberman sitting behind Semino to start this game off.
This one not on Ayanati's strong hand. She's going to step forward, take a quick shot, bounce shot, back of the net. Tori Ayanati gets the North Stars started off, and she instantly bags her 18th goal of the season. Only 2.5 minutes into this game, Tori Ayanati works her way to an 8-meter. She's able to put that one away. The North Stars with some momentum to kick things off.
Yeah, you saw Ayanati there just go in fully basically unguarded. She took 2 steps after the whistle being blown on the 8-meter and just getting a wide open shot at net.
You know, despite the fact that Liverpool does only have 5, or it is 5, I'm trying to do quick math in my head, 5 less goals than CNS on the season, their defense has struggled, and that's been the main weakness to their team, then the reason why they have 0 conference wins this season, or 0-7.
Now it's Putman and Tift for the draw.
I think Liverpool, they have a win in the conference, not a win in the division, as they have not won a Metro game. They have won a Salt State Athletic Conference game. Must beat someone in the Empire 1 or 2.
That is right. 1-8 in the conference, 0-7 in the division. That is my bad.
All good, Andrew.
That ball is up, brought down by Shea Firth, and the North Star is going to get right back to it. Shea Firth brings it up. She's going to slow down now, wait for some help. We see Neshi get on the field. Putman coming off. Moltrinoff now has it, and she kicks it over to Ella Pauline. Now Sam Klein going to slow things down, kick it to Prentice at X. Prentice scans, nothing there for her. And the North Star is going to go back to moving the ball around and just trying to uncompact this Liverpool defense who likes to sit in and not really step up to anyone. So now Prentice has it. She's going to roll around the crease. Met by Graham. She passes to Molchinoff. That one's missed. Molchinoff time to pick it up, though. She rolls around the crease. Nice pick from Prentice.
Looks like it might be a whistle be blown for shooting space as Molchinoff now gets into shot from the 8 on her strong hand.
Yeah, this is a dangerous spot for her. She winds up. She's ready to go. Whistle blown, steps up, 2 steps in front of the crease. She gets hit. That should be another 8-meter. That will be.
Shot over to the head there.
Yep, that's over the head. She'll get to take this one right down the center. Nope, she's actually going to be 1 step off the center. Honestly, this is probably a better spot for Brooke as she likes to take a quick shot on these 8 meters. We did see her pass one in the last game they had here against West Jenny, and it actually worked out well. She steps up, fires, side of the net, finish. Brooke Molchinoff, 2-0 CNS. In under 5 minutes already, getting a quick start to this game. Brooke Molchinoff and Tori Ayanati able to convert on both their 8 meters. Liverpool needs a response quickly. They don't want to let this one run away.
Claire Miracle, Liverpool's goalie, has 40 saves on the season, but 53 goals against with a .430 save percentage. I believe that was 2 goals on 2 shots, was it?
Yeah, guys, so I'm looking at this stat sheet from my notes on Liverpool. I realized I did this before their game on Saturday was submitted to Syracuse.com, so I'm actually a game behind you guys on all stats. But Miracle's saves do not change. She still had 40 going in the last game, because they took an L back in the last game, where she didn't save a single shot. Very difficult to do.
Now another draw here.
Very difficult to win if You know, as they say, defense wins championships, and defense is just as important as offense.
That one popped very far, right to the stick of Gabby Cicerelli. She fires it over to Prentice. Prentice tries to get some space. She's actually going to go all the way around the crease. Now she's met by 3 Liverpool defenders. Spin move, pass across, but there will be an over the head. She'll get an 8-meter. She's looking to go 3 for 3 here on North Star's shot. Mackenzie Prentice can rifle it into the back of the net. We've seen it plenty of times here before.
It is on her weak hand, though.
It is on her weak hand. You could see a pass here to Shea First. She has no defender near her. Number 7. She'll be at the bottom of your screen. And there it is to Shea First. Shea First steps inside front of the crease. That one's saved by Miracle. Scooped by Liverpool, and they'll get to start things off. CNS running a hard ride here. They're not going to let her get this ball out of her stick. Probably a smart decision from CNS.
And that was actually very lucky for Liverpool, as they've given up 3 8-meters already just about 5 minutes in.
And that one's
all
bobbled.
3 very good-looking shots. Whistle blown on CNS there. It's going to go right back to Liverpool. Like I was saying, Liverpool's given up 3 8-meters in 5 minutes. They're lucky the scoreboard's not 3-0, and then CNS has scored something that's not an 8-meter already. So not a good start for Liverpool Warriors. A team that actually beat CNS last year and took them to overtime in the sectional quarterfinals.
Now Graham works her way through the CNS defense. She's now into the attacking third. She goes to Berthoff. Brooke Molchernoff closing down. We've seen CNS implement almost like a ball hawk defense recently, Owen, and it's worked out well. Ella Pauline with Maggie Tift.
Yeah, I can't necessarily explain or describe what is so articulate about this defense, but I do know that it changed and that it works much better than what we saw in the first half of the year.
And Abby Geary rolling with it. She kicks it to her sister Grace. Abby Geary with it now. That one's over to Berthoff. Berthoff fires cross crease to Geary. Saved by Mira. Nicole Mira has been very impressive as of recent. Tori Iannotti comes away with that one. She fires it to Ella Pauline. Now Pauline with some space to move. She's going to get right to the 50 before a foul on Berthoff is called. She fires it quick to Brooke Molchernoff. And Brooke takes her time now. Gives it over to Shea Firth. Shea inside quick to Neshi. Neshi hit hard on the back of the head. She's going to get a quick 8-meter here. This one should be right down the center.
It's not on the center. It'll be just offset where it might be on her strong hand. I'm not exactly sure where they're going to set her. We'll give the freshman, Sophia Neshi, down the pipe. This is another dangerous position for Liverpool.
Oh, and this is almost a 1v1 with the goalie here. It's very hard to get to the shooter when she's right down the center of the goal. Neshi steps up right to the front of the crease, takes her time, off the post, bobbled, scooped by Prentice. Prentice comes around, bounce shot through the legs of Miracle. Prentice makes it 3-0. The North Stars have looked incredible as of recent, whereas Liverpool coming in, not a lot of wins going their way. They haven't won since they actually lost the last time to CNS. That started a long losing streak for them, and it looks to continue right now as the North Stars are shining here tonight.
Yeah, that's 3 goals for CNS, 2 coming directly from 8 meters, and the third one coming off a chain reaction from another 8-meter, where we saw on that one where the 8-meter first shot from Nash was unsuccessful, but Liverpool's defense was so out of rotation where it led to Prentice getting an easy scoop up and coming around and get around Miracle for the easy shot. This is another draw. If Liverpool gets a win here, they might be able to move some momentum back their way, but if CNS gets a win and Putman in that offense starts moving up towards the left side, it's going to be dangerous for Liverpool. Early on. You can talk, Drew.
Okay. Just making sure. This Liverpool defense, what's really been costing them too, is it a free shot that you said, Owen, from earlier?
8-meter.
And Liverpool comes away with that draw. Drew, you can continue what you were saying,
Those
buddy.
fast break looking shots called 8 meters.
8 meters. Yeah, I mean, Liverpool is just being too aggressive, letting up too many of those shots. I mean, those are just free shots at the goalie, like you said, a one-on-one with the goalie, which will cost Liverpool in the end.
And Liverpool actually gets a goal there from Gianna Carbone. She gets the first one for the Warriors here tonight. 3-1 is now your score.
Wrong. I think it was Tift.
Was it Tift? I saw Carbone. I was looking down, though. It was Maggie Tift. My apologies to the Warriors
Carbone
fans
got the
out
assist, though, Rob.
Carbone did get the assist. I saw something like that. So the Warriors
Just 22 seconds after the North Stars goal.
get a step in the right direction that they desperately needed. Now Tift goes straight for the face-off against Gabby Putman.
Now, Rob, last time we saw a team with a Warrior-type logo here at CNS going against them in lacrosse, orange and blue colors, it was a Spartan, and that game ended 20-6. CNS scoring 12 in a row to close that game out.
Yeah, you are referencing that ESM game this
Saturday.
Yeah, that was a blowout. Glad I wasn't there for that one. Addison Graham comes away with that draw. Liverpool starting to get some momentum now as Graham takes it all the way to their attacking third. CNS needs a stop here. They don't want to let Liverpool scratch and crawl their way back into this one, as Tift is now going to take her time. And now it's Geary with it. Geary to the other Geary. Geary to Geary combo. That one's passed. Cross crease, bobbled. Still loose. Scoop by Putman. Now she has legs. She can go forever. Defending her when she runs is a tall task that I would not want to have. As now Mira Lieberman has it. She looks to take her space. She's met by a Liverpool defender. She gets by both of them, kicks it to Putman. Putman met by 3 defenders now. Over to Allie Cole, the Lemoyne commit. Allie Cole takes her space all the way into the attacking third. Now she scoops it back to Prentice, and she'll go retreat to defense. It's Tori Ionati with it right now. Over to Brooke Molchanoff. Brooke kicks it to Shea Firth. Now to Gabby Ciccarelli. CNS going to move things around the horn again. They just want to spread out this Liverpool defense. Now Brooke has it. Molchanoff taking her time. She kicks it to Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli takes time, scans, nothing there for her. Putman steps up, backs out now. Putman rolls her way, gets inside, cuts it to X to Sophia Neshi. Neshi back to Putman. Putman met quickly by a Liverpool defender. That's Morgan Kenna, I believe, committed to Clarkson. Now to Putman again. She's hit hard on that one. It's bobbled. Scoop by Prentice. She rolls around the crease. Pass inside to Neshi. Neshi bounces it just wide of the goal. She is fouled on the shot. It will be another 8-meter for Neshi. She'll go right down the pipe on this one.
Again, like I just said, Liverpool's biggest weakness right now is defense and letting up these 8-meter shots, which are just free shots, one-on-one with the player and the goalie, which, I mean, 3 out of 4 times have gone in tonight.
Now whistle blown. Neshi quick pass to Gabby Ciccarelli. Gabby Ciccarelli cuts around the side of the net. Finish. Gabby Ciccarelli, a beautiful goal there, assisted by Sophia Neshi. The North Stars squander the flame of the Liverpool Warriors after they got a nice goal to get back into this game. Sophia Neshi with a beautiful assist to Gabby Ciccarelli once again to make it 4-1 with 15 minutes left on the clock in the first half. And now I think would be a beautiful time to send it down to Johnny Lisi on the sideline. Johnny, the North Star is looking very strong to start this game off. What are you seeing down there?
I'm seeing all smiles and comfort from the CNS sideline. The only blip was when the North Stars let Maggie Tift go right down the middle, but that was great work by the Liverpool offense. That would be the only blip, by according to Bree Starr and Stephanie Prentice. But the Liverpool sideline, they need to adjust. That's what they're trying to do. But on the North Star sideline, they're calm, cool, collected, and ready to hold this game and beat the Liverpool Warriors. Guys, back up to you.
And we see Brooke Molchanoff stepping for the face-off. That one is bobbled. Still loose. Maggie Tift has it, but there is Shea Firth right on top of her. That's a weak pass. Bobbled. Geary able to stay with it. Geary taking her time at X. Waiting for a nice option. She kicks it to Mia Berthoff. Berthoff now at X. CNS just going to let her take her time. No need to step up to her. She passes over the top. Caught. That's bobbled. I think a save by Nicole Mira was there.
Yeah, they're looking for Carbone on that path, but they threw it a little too high even for her stick to reach all the way up at max height, which then eventually came down with it, but then Mira was just too quickly with that one to stop the pass, or stop the shot from Carbone.
Now Allie Cole gets away from Maggie Tift, and she flies it up to Gabby Putman. I almost called her Kate, her sister.
Kate,
Gabby, you're going to keep going.
Kate dropped the lacrosse a couple years ago, Rob, if I'm not mistaken.
I do believe you're correct, but Kate found a lot of success running. As Brooke Molchanoff fires, that one's bounced past the goalie out of the back of the end zone, so Neshi will bring it in over to Prentice. Prentice taking her time, looking for options. She flies it all the way up to Brooke. Brooke going to slow things down. CNS going to set up their offense now. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him swing the ball around. Here they go. Now it's Prentice at the X. Prentice rolls around the crease, nothing there, so she'll just elect to go back around. Molchanoff, a beautiful pass inside to Shea First. Shea First shot just wide. Neshi there for the get back. CNS will retain possession. That was a great pass from Brooke Molchanoff. Prentice comes around, pass inside, bobbled. Ball still loose. Now it's Morgan Kenna with it.
Yeah, great defensive stand there by Kenna. You basically do it all herself. She got the block on the pass from Prentice looking for Putman, and eventually just scooped it up on her own and gives her team another opportunity here on offense to get something going. Trailing 4-1, 12:50 to go.
Now it's Caitlin Guilfoyle taking a lot of space here. Poked away by Molchanoff. Ball still loose. Scooped by Putman. Putman taking her space. She's met by a lot of Liverpool defenders. That one hit hard out of her stick. It will be a foul. CNS gets to keep it. Now Allie Cole has it. She flies it quickly up to Tori Iannotti. Tori Iannotti with room to work. She's just going to run this one forward until a Liverpool defender steps up. She passes inside to Brooke Molchanoff. Brooke Molchanoff with a beautiful finish. And Tori Iannotti to Brooke Molchanoff to score that one right there. Just off a quick fast break attack. Brooke Molchanoff doing a beautiful job to put that one into the side of Miracle's net. And we see her check out after giving up 5 early goals.
That's number 42 on the season for goals for Brooke Molchanoff. The sophomore taking a position as one of the leading scorers on the North Stars this season. Excited to see what she can do not only for the postseason for the North Stars this year, but for the next 2 years of her high school varsity lacrosse career.
And we already see a goalie change as well. Gianna Tantalo coming on and replacing Claire Miracle. Head coach Aaron Anderson, they're sit at 5-9 on the season. They want to get something to work. Heading to next year, might as well give the younger goalie an opportunity. And something I think we're going to start seeing quickly, as quick story I'd say of this game. We're going to see CNS scoring there between 2 and 4 goals. Liverpool might throw in 1, and CNS can go back on a 2 to 4 goal run until this game zeroes out.
And that was how it kind of went the first time we watched these two teams play. CNS just kind of stormed away, and Liverpool would scratch and poke their way back in occasionally. That's a foul committed by Sam Klein, so Addison Graham will get to start things off for the Warriors. She's flying up the field.
Tantalo, the sophomore goalie, with 27 saves and 41 goals against on the season with a .397 save percentage.
And now it's Mia Berthoff with it. She's going to take her time. Mira Lieberman to defend. Berthoff gets around Lieberman inside. She fires, saved by Mira, caught by McGrath. McGrath now with some time to work. She's met by 3 Liverpool defenders. That's a dangerous pass. Nicole Mira bobbles it. And now she's not in goal. Mia Berthoff with a great defensive stance there for the Warriors. And the Warriors get that offense right back that they just lost.
I kind of understand why Berthoff took things back out after basically beating Nicole Mira to the ball and taking away from her, drew out of the net. As theirs probably went away, she probably would have had a one-on-one with Mira right at the net.
I agree. It looked like all of CNS's players started to get up the field. They were looking to attack. Now Liverpool can take their time with it and slow things down. They work around the crease. That one's shot inside, saved by Nicole Mira. Lana Alampi can't get that one to go, and now Mira has time to fire this one up to number 24. I believe that's Marissa Doty. Doty working her way across midfield. She's going all the way to the 30. She's going to look to attack the North Stars with room to work. Doty still going with it. She kicks it to Prentice. Prentice rolls around the crease over to Molchanoff. Brooke taking her time now. The North Star is going to slow things down. Gabby Cicerelli cuts across the crease, fired just past the goal. Neshi there for the get back. It will stay with the North Stars.
But would not be surprised here if we see Prentice and Neshi sort of work around Axton. You're eventually going to see a dive from who I would guess would be Molchanoff, Firth, or Iannotti right in front of the net for an easy goal.
Now Brooke slowing things down. Gives it to Ella Pauline. CNS looking to set something up here. Liverpool starting to step out and defend a little more than we saw them before. Maggie Tiff caught on defense. That's a rare sight. That one passed inside. Blocked by Kenna. Morgan Kenna now taking her space. She fires that one up. Over to Geary. Geary just cycling back out. That one's bobbled. And that's number 7, Caitlin Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle's going to keep going with it. Now it's Geary with it. Lieberman to defend. Lieberman going to force her all the way to X. That one's shot. Mira saves. And Molly McGrath with a beautiful defensive stance on number 4, Lana Alampi, to get that one away from her. She's fouled in the process. Now she'll look to start things off, but Liverpool surrounding her as much as they can. Mira has it. She goes quickly to Ava Semino. Semino catches. She turns the Yukon commit with some room to work. She gives it to Ella Pauline, and the North Stars going quickly up the field, trying to catch Liverpool out. Lacking is now it's Gabby Cicerelli. That one's bounced past her. Unable to keep it in, so it will be Liverpool ball. And the Warriors will look to attack now after the misfire from the North Stars, unable to connect their pass there. It's Graham to start things off. That one's poked away by Cicerelli, but she's called for a foul. And Graham's going to go. She fires down the middle. That is number 12, Gianna Carbone. Carbone working with it. And that one's passed. She's going to be called. Brooke Malchinoff will be called on a foul there, so it will stay Liverpool ball.
Carbone is someone you do not want to give the ball to if you're on the North Stars. She is a lethal scoring threat with 33 goals and 4 assists, one of the leading scorers on the Warriors.
Yeah, Malchinoff was blown off sides there, so she'll have to take a step back. Liverpool gets a free reset here.
Carbone flies it over to Tift. Now Tift working with it at the top of the 12. Carbone going to just take her time, look for options. That one's passed to Geary. Geary gets around Lieberman for a second, but Lieberman quicker enough to get her positioning back as she's going to work all the way to X now. Geary taking her time, looking for options. Going to elect not to move this one, surprisingly. She's just going to scan and try and shift her way around. She goes out, spin move, nothing there for her. Lieberman with a strong defensive stance. That one's passed out to the other Geary. Back to Geary there. And now it's Berthoff at the X. Berthoff passed inside, fired over everyone. Caught by, I can't see the number there, Owen. Carbone, there it is. That one's passed over to Geary. Number 5, Grace Geary with it. Grace Geary tries to roll around. Nothing there. She kicks it to Carbone. And that one will be called.
I think it's going to be shooting space, so Carbone will get a shot here from the 8 on her strong hand. This could be a nice little momentum booster and shift for Liverpool in this game. They've got about 6.5 left to go in this first half. They've only scored 1 goal in 20 minutes.
Carbone steps up. She's met by a CNS defender, saved by Mira, but the foul is called. Carbone will get this one at the top of the lane here at the top of the 8. She's going to go right down the pipe with this one. 6:25 on the clock. 5-1 your score. As Carbone sets up, it's Cole and Klein to try and close her down. Carbone steps up. That one poked away by Klein. Nicole Mira saves. She scoops. Bobbled. Ball still loose. Who has it? Abby Geary has it. She's going to slow things down and fire it all the way up to Maggie Tift. Tift rolls around the crease, fired, and that one finds the back of the net. And Maggie Tift, a beautiful finish there to make it 5-2. Warriors now only down by 3 with 5:57 left on the clock. They're going to look to try and win a draw here and get back into this one as CNS's defense decides to talk things over and figure out where the problems are.
That makes an incredible stat line for Maggie Tift on the season. That's her 57th goal of the season, along with 7 assists to follow it up.
So, Rob, there's the 1 Liverpool goal. So that was 3 CNS, then 1, then 2, now 1. Liverpool get their first back-to-back goals of the evening, or will CNS go on a quick little run in these last 6-ish minutes, close out the first half?
It will be Tift and Molchanoff for the draw. The ref taking his time to set this one up. Not liking what he's seeing. Really taking his time on it. And now he finally likes what he sees. That one popped up towards the direction of Brooke Molchanoff. She gathers. She's going to look to spring this one forward. She has Berthoff to get by. She does cleanly. And that one's a foul. That's going to be from the 12. Berthoff getting the back of the arm for Molchanoff. Now Brooke elects to go to Gabby Ciccerelli, who's going to fire to Prentice. And now Sophia Neshi can work from the X. She's going to go all the way to Shea Firth, and the North Star is just going to take their time here. Molchanoff just scanning the field. She gives it to Tori Iannotti. Iannotti met quickly by some Liverpool defenders. Now it's Gabby Putman over to Gabby Ciccerelli. And she passes it straight to Maggie Tift. Maggie Tift got room to run. This is where the North Stars really struggle on these fast break defense. Maggie Tift still going. She's still going. She gets met by Allie Cole. Pass inside to Geary. Geary, low shot, side of the net. That one's in. And Maggie Tift to Geary for the goal. Liverpool now 5-3. They have some momentum going into the last 5 minutes of this half, Owen.
Yeah, Geary, great pass there. I didn't see who the pass was from.
Pass from Maggie Tift to number 6, Abby Geary.
That's a good shift for Liverpool. Now they only trail by 2, and they've still got 5 minutes and multiple draws, I'm assuming, to come out of this to work with. As they may get this game even closer and give CNS a run for their money, maybe could pick up their first Metro win of the season. That's back-to-back goals for Liverpool that Tift was involved in, which she seems to be the heart and soul of that offense through and through, where if she's not hitting all cylinders, the team's offense will not be on all cylinders.
And Owen, once again, the North Stars struggling to defend on a counterattack. That's where really the only spot we've seen them struggle in all season. Is now the draw is set, and it's blown. That one's popped in the direction of Putman. She gathers it. Guilfoyle there to defend. Gabby just takes her time. She's going to back out now. And she goes to Molchanoff. Shea Firth gives it up to Neshi. Over to Firth, and CNS going to slow things down now. Brooke Mulch has it. Over to Firth. Now Neshi. Inside, that one's bobbled. Caught by Iannotti somehow. Molchanoff feeds it to Ciccerelli. Ciccerelli steps inside. She has room to shoot. She does, and that one's in. Gabby Ciccerelli, a beautiful move to get inside. Pass by Brooke Molchanoff. And now the North Stars, with a little boost of momentum, get them back in the swing of things. They're up 6-3. They extend the lead to 3. 4:13 left on the clock. They were quick to score that one, Owen.
Yeah, very quick. Only quick math here. 42 seconds in between those shots, as that was really solid for CNS to get things moving back after Liverpool scoring 2 in a row. Maybe that's what CNS needed to get things going. So that one was Brooke Molchanoff got the pass on that one, Rob, correct?
You are correct, and that's Gabby Ciccerelli's second goal of the game. Brooke Molchanoff's first assist to go along with her 2 goals.
Ciccerelli, a player that we, in the beginning of the season, did not see playing a lot in these colder conditions because of her ACL injury. Now she's back, and she's doing an amazing job as she has, quick math here, 11 goals on the season. That makes it 13 goals for Gabby Ciccerelli on the season.
And that one Berthoff comes away with, and she has room to work. CNS sets up their defense to slow her down. See Sam Klein commanding the defense, and there is a foul on that one. So Berthoff will kick this one all the way to Maggie Tift, and she bobbles it. That one goes right to the stick of Shea Firth. Shea Firth now taking it, but Addison Graham, one of the fastest players we've seen in Section 3, not someone you're going to have time to run by. And now it's Prentice with it at the X. Prentice rolls around the crease. She has time. She fires low shot finish. Prentice makes it 7-3. The North Stars capitalize on the mistake by Tift. And Owen, like you mentioned earlier, if Tift isn't firing on all cylinders, the North Stars are going to run away with it. And right there, the North Stars are able to take that Tift mistake and turn it into gold. One woman's trash is another woman's treasure as the North Stars make it 7-3 with 3:34 left on the clock.
Yeah, North Stars offense really starting to move once again in this game. As Prentice sometimes has to take things herself. Usually you'll see her or Neshi sort of just feeding from X to a person diving right in front of the crease. You see Prentice take it herself. Usually you're come around the other side and rip one other on her dominant side, but there we just saw her come around and rip a thin shot right by Miracle.
Prentice, another player heating up for the postseason. That's her 26th goal, followed by 22 assists on the season.
Now it's Bertov and Molchanov for the draw. A weird setup. Bertov getting right on the same line as Molchanov.
It's got to be the handedness of Bertov, if I'm not mistaken, which forced her to go on this side.
That one popped forward. The North Stars ready to scoop. That one's scooped by Grace Geary. Grace taking her time to get over the half. Molchanov called for a foul. Geary's just going to keep it going. Geary's still going with it. She kicks it to the X to Abby Geary. And now Abby Geary fires over to Gianna Carbone. It's Bertov with it. She kicks it to Tift. Now Liverpool trying to close the gap. It's over to Geary. Geary rolls around the crease. She looks for anything inside, but there's nothing there for her. The North Stars doing a great job of consolidating the inside of the offense. Sam Klein now steps up to Abby Geary. Sam Klein, a hard hit there. And a card looks to be coming out. That will be a yellow card on Sam Klein. Now the North Stars are a woman down. And that's a 2-minute yellow card, so the North Stars will be a player down until there's 43 seconds left in this game. Assistant coach Briar Cummings goes over to talk to Sam Klein after that one. The North Stars will have to tighten the defense up now. Kicked over to Tift. That one fired out of the back of the end zone, and it will go the North Stars' way. They get a nice turnover there from the Liverpool Warriors. So now the North Stars can run some clock and try to actually score, even though they're a woman down. As now it's with Nicole Mira. They're just going to take their time. No need to rush. And now here goes Allie Cole with it.
I think they're going to look for just one more goal in this first half and close things out. Going in 8-3 is nothing to be mad about.
And Allie Cole works it up to Prentice. Brooke Molchanov has a lot of room here, but she's going to slow things down. No need to force anything. Now Molchanov takes her time. She's going to roll. Get around the horn, met by two Liverpool defenders. She can be. She's checked in the face there. That's
a warning.
That is a warning on Tift.
Yeah, Daryl said yellow, but that looked more to be whitish or just beige or colorless, I'd say. So it'll be a warning on Tift. I don't know how long that lasts. It's not the same severity as a yellow card.
We did just get a clarification. It will be a yellow card, so Tift will sit for the 2 minutes. That helps the North Stars as Tift now will be out for the rest of the half. Molchanov fires inside, bounce shot, finish. Brooke Molchanov completes the first half hat trick with a beautiful goal there Brooke Molchanoff really showing why she is the real deal here in the section. Her sister just won her league at the Mount St. Mary's College. She's in attendance here tonight, but both Molchanoff sisters, absolute studs for CNS, as Brooke, like I said, completes that first half hat trick.
Yeah, Brooke Molchanoff, an absolute stud. Someone who already has 100 career goals on varsity, only as a sophomore here at Cicero-North Syracuse High School. I want to say she's been playing varsity since she was in 7th grade, and not just on the roster, actually getting reps and time on the field as a 7th grader for CNS. So she's got some talent and still 2 more years here at CNS, which is nothing but great for Prentice and the rest of this girls lacrosse program.
And now there's 1:34 left on the clock. As this draw goes, it will be Putman, and I believe that's Berthoff. Gabby pops it to the side. Molchanoff tries to scoop, unable to get it. And it will be called on the North Stars, so Berthoff will get it off the penalty. Berthoff looks to go. It's foul called on Shea Firth. She chooses to stay. And now it's over to Carbone. Carbone gives it to Geary. Oh, and keep in mind, Maggie Tift is not out there for the Warriors.
Yeah, well, I'm interested to see how the offense moves, as she has been involved on every goal so far tonight for Liverpool, scoring 2 and assisting 1. We have not seen a Liverpool offense without her involvement.
Molly McGrath with a strong defensive stance against Carbone.
Sam Klein finally allowed to get back on the field. She's sprinting on there to go get this defense back even.
And that one poked away by Molchanoff. It will be called. That should be from the 12. Nope, it'll be the 8.
They had to wait for Carbone to be set.
And now that's Geary. She lines up. She looks ready to fire. She steps inside. And that one finds the back of the net. So the Warriors close the deficit to only 4 with 20 seconds left in this first half. 8-4 is your score. The North Stars unable to keep the Warriors from scoring late in this half. So they'll only go up with 4 goals in their favor, as now there will be a draw and most likely a team just running out the clock to finish this half off.
What I really liked from Grace Geary there on that 8-meter was the fact that she looked like she was going to shoot high and quickly, but once she drew the defender, she just dropped her stick and sort of just shoveled it in there right by Nicole Mears, something she was not expecting. I think we'll send it on to Johnny once this first half closes out. Let these 20 seconds-ish run off, see if something gets going for either side. We know both sides can get something going on offense quickly. As goals after a draw can happen in seconds.
This one popped up. Still loose. Still loose. Now it's Guilfoyle who comes away with it. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. If she wants to go, she can. Berthoff has it. She'll look to shoot. If she can get the time and the space, she gets inside. A foul is called. 3.9 left on the clock. They're going to give her an 8-meter. Berthoff on her strong hand with 3.9 on the clock. She can make it 8-5 if she so pleases here with a finish. And Berthoff cradles. She fires. Blocked by CNS. And the time will expire. So your score at half, 8-4. I think now would be the perfect time to send it down to Johnny Lisi. Johnny, can you just recap what it's been like down there during this first half, and also just give us a quick update on the weather if it's still
The
pouring?
North Stars have really had the momentum most of the first half. You could tell on the sideline the energy was on the North Star side, but when the Warriors went on that run, you could tell the momentum was on that side. When Maggie Tift for Liverpool was on the sideline because of her 2-minute yellow card, she did not lose faith in this Warriors team. She was the loudest on the sideline, louder than all of the head coaches. If the North Stars want to keep this game up, they got to keep their offensive role like they've had all game. Brooke Molchanoff, 3 goals. She has been spectacular. Nicole Mira also has been spectacular in goal for the North Stars. And the rain, I think, for now has let up, so it should be a nice second half, guys.
Thank you, Johnny. Owen, do you have anything to add? I know we've seen Brooke Molchanoff have a great performance in this first half with 3 goals and assists. Tori Ionati, 2 goals and assists. Sophia Neshi having an assist, and Gabby Cicerelli a couple goals. Prentice with a couple goals. Owen, what do you got to say? What did you see?
My biggest and most interesting thing is the fact that CNS is leading 8-4, and Liverpool's leading the draws 8-4. That's my fun fact of the day.
Yeah, that does seem like a concern for the North Stars, a team who we normally see dominate on draws. It's very weird to see them not winning the handful of them. Drew, anything you have to add?
Something that I have to add is that the North Stars have really been saved by Liverpool's defense and them getting, or CNS drawing those 8-meter shots, which a majority of their goals have come from. Without that, I think we would see a lot more even score at halftime right now. Coach Prentice might want to go in the locker room, talk to the team, say what she did in that West Hill game, because after they came out of the locker room after that West Hill game, the North Stars were on fire.
Thank you, Drew. And so make sure to stay tuned, as this one is all but over. 8-4 your score. We will be back in just about 5.5 minutes here on the North Star Network. Stay tuned. And welcome back to the North Star Network. 8-4 your score here as the North Stars are ahead of the Liverpool Warriors, their crosstown rivals. 25 minutes on the clock. Your second half about to draw off as it's Putman and I believe that's Berthoff for the draw. The ref takes his time, blows the whistle. Here we go. Second half is off as Putman comes away with the first one, but Berthoff meets her quickly. I'm surprised we don't see Berthoff get more yellow cards during the season, Owen, because she's really one of the most physical players we see out there for really any team in Section 3.
Yeah.
And now it's
Berthoff, very aggressive, very physical player for Liverpool, not only in lacrosse, but in the basketball court as well. I want to say she fouled out or got really close to it every time these two teams faced off. It's tipped wide down the pipe, blocked by Nicole Mira. What a save there from Nicole Mira, taking shot right down the pipe from a Canisius lacrosse commit, and Maggie Tift doing a great job in just clearing that ball to Grath. Now it's to Semino.
Oh, and that was a 2v1 for the Liverpool attack. Nicole Mira just standing strong and somehow saving that one. And Ava Semino flies it all the way across the field to Allie Cole, and now she can finally get the North Stars out of their half. It's up to Ella Pauline. Ella passes straight to Shea Firth. Shea Firth with a lot of room to work over to Ciccerelli. Ciccerelli into Sam Klein. Klein, quick pass to Prentice, back inside. That one caught by Berthoff. Berthoff hit hard there, and that will be a call. It's going to be waiting for the card from the ref. He can't even find it. There it is. It's a yellow card on Prentice. That's the second yellow card we see for the North Stars, the third of the game, because Maggie Tift also picked one up. So now the North Stars, player down, not what they need for the next 2 minutes, so it will be 21-41 when Mackenzie Prentice can get back into this game. Not a good start for the North Stars in this second half. Now it's Berthoff with it. She gets around Ciccerelli. Ciccerelli called for a foul. Berthoff still going with it. And that one's passed all the way up to Carbone. And Ciccerelli goes hard into, I believe that's Berthoff. Berthoff looks a little shaken up after that one. And Gabby Ciccerelli now gets a yellow card. So that's the third for CNS. One more, and they go a player down for the rest of the game. The last time we saw that was against Irondequoit. So now CNS 2 players down, and they have a tall task ahead of them.
CNS needs to stop with they're getting overly aggressive here. With a 4-goal lead, there's no need to be this aggressive, especially with 24 minutes left in the game. I mean, one more and they're down. They're one person down for the rest of the game. That would be detrimental to any efforts to get a bigger lead with more goals to secure a good spot for postseason.
And so those yellow cards coming in quick succession of each other. So it will still be about a minute and 30 seconds till Prentice gets back in. So Liverpool just taking their time. No need to rush. Maggie Tiff passes across. That one's saved by Mira. Ball still loose.
North Stars need a ground ball win there.
And Berthoff will get it. The North Stars have to be careful, though. They do draw a foul. That one passed all the way across. And now it's Carbone. She scans. Nothing there for her. Pass inside. And that will be an 8-meter for number 20, Emma Esposito. She has a goal and an assist on the season, so not someone we see fill the stat sheet, but she gets an 8-meter on her strong hand here. Esposito steps up, fires. Saved by Mira. Nicole Mira, absolutely dominant in goal. She's had a great streak of games. That one blocked by Tori Iannotti. She does a great job. Tori Iannotti, one of the senior leaders on this team. Not a captain, but someone who's still vocal on the field. And now she's pushing Berthoff all the way back. Berthoff rolls around, kicks inside to Geary, over to Maggie Tift. And she's called, that'll be shooting space. So now Tift, a 8-meter on her strong hand. Can Nicole Mira stand strong again? There's 15 seconds until Prentice gets in. Tift fires that one wide past the goal. Unable to connect on that shot there. That's a poor miss from the Canisius commit. And now that one's Carbone, rolls across, saved by Mira, but another 8-meter going towards Carbone. And Ella Pauline can now join the defense as Mackenzie Prentice can join. Gabby Cicerelli a few seconds away from being able to join. That one actually going the North Stars' way. So now they get to kick things off, and they have all their players back. Somehow they go 2 minutes with 2 players down, and they're able to hold strong as Nicole Mira made a couple great saves in that run of play, whilst the North Stars defenders stood strong and held down that crease. As now it's Prentice with it. Prentice rolls. She's coming off a fresh 2-minute sit, so she's got some fresh legs under her. She gives it to Neshi. Neshi at the X. Neshi takes her time. She gets around the crease. Neshi, low shot, finds the back of the net. The North Stars somehow, when everything looked black, they made some light shine through. It is 9-4 as the North Stars with a beautiful goal there.
I mean, Rob, that just what you just said shows that this North Stars team is nothing to mess with. They are unstoppable. They are a different beast entering the postseason. This is their last regular season game. They were down 2 people, and they still managed to score after 2 minutes, 2 yellow cards. I mean, this is incredible things that we are seeing from this Lady North Stars team.
Yeah, and one thing I want to say is I want to see this team play Baldwinsville. We haven't seen this I basically revamped North Stars team play Baldwinsville yet, as they played them twice in pretty close margins of each other time-wise. I'd like to see this team play Beeville in that sectional title game next week.
And now it's Tift and Putman on the draw. The North Stars have to make sure they don't give up another yellow card.
They want to say 4 cards, but put him down, a man down for the entire majority of the second half in the Rondequoit game, Rob.
You would be right there as Putman comes away with it. But the ball bobbled. Maggie Tift, hard foul there. So the North Stars get to keep it. And now Molchanoff has it. Mulch looks to go. Brooke flying. Sam Klein cuts in front of the crease. She catches, she shoots, and that one's in the back of the net, ladies and gentlemen. Sam Klein with a beautiful finish, and the North Stars are flying here tonight. But the call will be stopped short, so Sam Klein will have to take an 8-meter. The foul comes before the shot. So now Sam Klein with an 8-meter. Not on her strong hand, but she is quick so she can get inside. So the excitement will wait just a second as Sam Klein fires. That one bobbled, saved by the goalie. But the North Stars retain possession. Gianna Tatalo with a good save there as Bertov connects with it.
That pass looked to go right into the stick of Bertov from the CNS offender.
Shea Firth has to be careful there. The North Stars can't afford another yellow. Bertov now gets it into the attacking half. They have time in the third. They're attacking third. They're going to move it around the horn. The mist coming down on Michael J. Bragnum Stadium's turf. The weather has been pretty brutal here tonight. Just rain and mist all night long. Some hard winds as well. Definitely colder for this almost summer-esque spring we've had so far.
Now, Rob, I hate to be that guy, but I will say it. And honestly, be very rare, and I would not want to see Gabby Cicerelli on the field for much more of this game. It actually was this exact game last year where she tore ACL. A rainy game against Liverpool, end of the regular season, right over there on the 30-yard line. She went down and put her out for a year from Lacrosse.
Nicole Mira with another save. She has been a brick wall today. She fires it perfectly to the stick of Sam Klein. Sam Klein's going to run with it. Addison Graham tries to keep up. Sam Klein works. She spins, cuts back on it, takes her time now. She's going to slow things down. The LaSalle commit making a smart move to keep the ball for the North Stars. Now Brooke Molchanoff telling the team to slow down. No need to rush. Now it goes to Shea Firth. Over to Cicerelli. Now Neshi with it. Neshi rolls back into Cicerelli. Cicerelli bobbles. That ball's still loose. And the ground ball, it's Geary who comes away with it. Firth quick to get there on defense. Thrown over the head of Grace Geary, or Abby Geary, excuse me. And Mira Lieberman collects it. She's going to work now. Multiple Warriors in hot pursuit of her. But Mira Lieberman not slowing down. Esposito can't keep up. And now finally the Warriors are able to poke it away from Mira Lieberman. Now it's Esposito. She looks to work with it, but that one's poked away. It will be called on Prentice. She has to be careful. Keep in mind she does have a yellow to her name already.
Confused how that one was a call, but the other one on Lieberman wasn't. It seemed to be very similar stick checks, poke the ball loose. Maybe because Mira Lieberman's so much more in transition and maybe more in traffic, or Prentice is sort of a one-on-one. Not exactly sure.
Now Maggie Tift looks to slow things down for the Warriors. They're down 5. If someone's going to do it, I'd assume it'd be Carbone or Tift. They're the go-to girls for this Warriors team. Now Carbone tries to spin, but she's met quickly by Putman and Cole. That one poked away from McGrath. It will be a foul. So McGrath gets to start things off here for the North Stars after a strong stand defensively. Molly McGrath, not someone who we talk about a lot because she's on the defensive side, but she is one of the best defenders we've seen in Section 3. Committed to UAlbany for the past couple of years now, and she is just always Mrs. Reliable for the North Stars. One of the senior captains on this team. That one's passed inside to Putman, saved by Tantalo. But the North Stars still come away with it as Neshi has it.
You know, Rob, as I said earlier in the broadcast, defense does win championships, and this North Stars defense has just been different in this second half. They've been incredible.
I'd almost say both sides defense. We were almost 10 minutes in. We only seen one goal from CNS. That one still took 5 minutes to go.
And this one's flown over to Doty. Tori Iannotti with it. You saw her score the first goal of the game. She also has an assist. Tori Iannotti, who's really stepped up this season and played a massive role for the North Stars. On both offense and defense, she could almost be my Elijah Martin Swiss Army knife for the girls team, Owen. That one bobbled, so Liverpool will have it. Doty in hot pursuit of Geary. Doty's able to get there. Shea Firth now comes to help.
Yeah, and I would say Iannotti is your Swiss Army knife of the girls team. She can do it on offense, check my stats here. 17 goals on the year, and she also, we've seen her pick up the best offensive player for multiple teams this season, including Ava Angelo, to put a name out there. As she's trusted on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, which is very huge for her.
I agree. Wagner definitely lucky to have her, but now it's the Canisius commit, Maggie Tiff, with an 8-meter right down the pipe. We've seen Nicole Mira stand on her head this half, but she can't there as Maggie Tiff finds the top corner of the net, and now it's 9-5. The Warriors with some hope, even though there's only 15 minutes left in this half. They get the score for the second half, tied 1-1, and the Warriors now trying to claw back 4 more goals so they can tie this one up or even score a 5th in that run to make it 10-5, but it's a tall task. The Warriors look to conquer here.
Yeah, Rob, we've got a pretty slow and dry second half so far today, both only scoring 2 goals within 10 minutes of each other, around about 10 minutes. Johnny, I want to hear what you have to say so far about this second half.
Well, guys, I don't think it's dry. It's actually a steady rain right now with a bunch of wind. The wind gusts, there's been wind gusts at least 5 or 6 times where my my hood has blown off. The rain definitely coming down steadily. But the North Stars are saying to keep their momentum up. That Liverpool goal definitely, it hasn't damaged the North Stars, but they definitely need to get back on track. For Liverpool, they need to keep scoring goals like that, keep Maggie Tift involved, and keep this momentum up. And most importantly, stay dry.
Thank you, Johnny, as that was Iannotti and CNS coming away with that draw.
Johnny, we appreciate you battling the weather here for us tonight. You are a trooper, my friend. As now it's Shea Firth with it at the 20-yard line. Over to Neshi. Now Firth has it again. It's Ella Pauline with it. Ella Pauline quick on her feet. She rolls, gives it quickly to Neshi. Neshi not normally at the X. That's where we see her. She's kind of drifted out wide a little more. Now it's Iannotti. She fires into Cicerelli. Gabby Cicerelli rolls around the crease. That shot is fired. Saved by Tantalo. She's having arguably a career game. Only 27 saves on the season, but she's got 4 or 5 here tonight already. And Shea Firth comes away with it. Quick pass up to Neshi. Just past her. Can't save, and Tantalo gets another one. Shea Firth, always someone who defends hard, even though she's an attacker. Gets a nice steal there, but unable to connect the pass to Neshi. Now it's Morgan Kenna. She swings it over to number 7, Caitlin Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle passes that one wide to Geary, so the North Stars will get it right back. Now it's Molly McGrath. She gives it to Putman, and Putman with room to run. I was talking to some of the girls before the game, and they were just talking about how Cabby Putman might be the only teammate they've ever had who gets excited when they're told they have to run in practice.
I believe it.
I believe it too. I don't think they'd lie to me. And now it's Shea Firth with it. She swings it to Putman.
Yeah, with a girl like her sister, even some of the other players, it's almost easy for her. Well, go run a mile. Okay, be back in 4 minutes. Sort of one of those things.
And Gabby Cicero-North, wow! What a finish. She cuts through 3 Liverpool defenders to get that one off. And usually we just see her rifle it into the back of the net, but that one had a little finesse on it as Tantalo with nothing she could have done there. Gabby Cicero-North gets her hat trick for the game with 12:41 left on the clock, and the North Stars extend their lead to 5. Drew, anything you got to say? You've been a little quiet over there.
You know, all I've got to say is that I just put down who I think my presumptive stars of the game are. And so far I've got Nicole Mira from CNS as the first one. She is just on fire in the net over there. Brooke Molchanoff, she has 3 goals, I believe, on the night so far. And then Gabby Cicero-North, someone that we've seen come out in the later half of the season after her recovering from her ACL injury still. She has 14 goals on the season and just playing only about a half of it. She's doing phenomenal in this game.
Rob, so with Liverpool today, their first goal was scored, obviously, and their next goal wasn't scored until 11 and a half minutes after that. They had a goal a minute after that, and then another between there was 4.5 minutes. So Liverpool hasn't had a solid, steady attack today, very sporadic of where their goals back-to-back are coming. As it's been about 3 minutes so far when they last scored, so I'm interested to see when and if their next goal will come.
Oh, and I think a lot of that comes from the fact that they just aren't the better team in this game. If we're being completely honest, the North Stars are a better team than the Warriors. So you'd expect the Warriors to have a more consistent stream of goals, whereas the North Stars just dominating. And now Prentice kicks it over to Neshi. Neshi takes her time, gives it out to Firth. That one's bobbled, though. Keep in mind, wet turf, that ball, if it hits the ground, it'll go.
Yeah, I never love to say like that one team's predominantly better than the other, because any team, especially in high school sports and girls lacrosse and any lacrosse, any team can win on any given day. It just depends how the nets are falling. We even seen in baseball how the bats are swinging with CNS and FM. So that's why I didn't really want to come to the game expecting CNS to blow out Liverpool, and Shea Firth the feed from Brooke Molchanoff, making that game 11-5 now. CNS really starting to run away with that one. Like I was saying, I don't like saying going into the game with the mindset that, hey, this game's going to be a blowout, hey, this team's going to beat the crap out of this one, because you never know what can happen here on any lacrosse field or any turf or field as is in Central New York in high school lacrosse.
Oh, and I agree with you, but I also like to keep in mind that we're broadcasting these games, not playing, and quite honestly, when we look at 2 teams on paper and from what we've seen in the past, I think it's pretty easy to tell who is the underdog going into the game. It's like sports lines, how no matter how close or good the 2 teams are, there's always one team that's predicted as an underdog. And we'd say the Warriors are the underdog coming into today by far. I mean, 0-7 in the Metro, not really a record to be very proud of, and the North Stars looking to make it 0-8 for them. And that one's popped up, and the Warriors, they've done well on the draws tonight. Yeah. That's one thing you can't take away from them. They've won draws and done well.
They actually are leading the draws. I have them at 9-7. I might have missed a couple here in the second half, but that's still, they still have won the majority of the draws here tonight.
You know, as the North Stars extended their lead to 6 goals, we could see, we know Coach Prentice takes everyone on the varsity team and intends to play all of them. We saw Marissa Doty come in the game earlier. We could see a lot of fresh new faces that we haven't really seen a lot on the field that could be put out tonight if the North Stars get a goal or two more, or they maintain this lead with about 10:45 left in the game.
Yeah, but that's the thing with this team. There's only 3 girls. I'm not going to put names out there where, unless it's a blowout game, you'll see every person on this roster out on the field at once. Or not at once, but throughout the duration of a game, you'll see almost every girl on the roster out there. As Prentice takes a certain amount of girls, and that's who she wants. You're not going to keep someone as a practice player on the roster, which I have said before on a previous broadcast.
And Owen, I think that's why the North Stars have done so well this year is they have everyone filling the stat sheet. You're not relying on one player to have a good night. That one will be called off. Just similar to Sam Klein's, the goal was scored after the foul was called. But back to what I was saying, the North Stars have so many contributors on their team that they're not some team that's going to wait and hope a girl gets hot in a game. They can just go to other scores on their team. Now the Warriors with a good look here from the 8 to try and tie this half up, but they get it to go. I believe that is Gianna Carbone. I can't see the number clearly due to the mist on the field.
It will be Carbone.
It was Carbone. So now 6-11. The Liverpool Warriors scoring more goals here at Michael J. Bragnum Stadium than they were able to at their own home turf. The deficit still 5 goals, though, with 9:42 on the clock. This game is still all but over. The Warriors can get hot, especially you got to keep in mind that if CNS gets another yellow card, they go a player down for the rest of the game. So there's a lot that still hangs in the balance, and this draw, one of the big factors that can play into it, as it's Maggie Tift and Gabby Putman to go after it.
I mean, Rob, the only thing I will say is it took Liverpool 10 minutes in this second half to score, and then 5 minutes after that to get another one on the board. They've only got just under 10 to go in this game, so it's highly unlikely they'll crawl back, but you never know when they can get something going.
And we have word that Johnny Lisi has a good story for us down there on the field, so we'll send it down to him as we see Brooke Molchanoff come away with the first draw for CNS.
Figured out what this weather reminds me of. It's almost like made of the mist at Niagara Falls. It's misting, the wind is going in every direction. But guys, I spoke to freshman Gabby Putman, and I asked her how she's feeling after winning 2 straight games. And she said they're finally working together as one unit, and they're really feeling the chemistry on the field when we're playing together. She said that she's feeling confident going into today's game, but not too much over their heads, a moderate dose of confidence, as senior Molly McGrath would say. But she said you got to keep up the same hustle and mentality every game. And, I mean, with chemistry, you can't help but mentioning the legendary Owen O'Keefe and Robert Bateman.
Thanks, Johnny. We were coaching the younger boys of our group on how to build chemistry in broadcasts, as Owen and I have so much of before this game. So
yeah, but we won't tell you what it is. You have to buy our audiobook on Audible to figure out what it is.
And now the Warriors with the ball. And that one's bobbled.
Yeah, use
Cicerelli comes away with it over to Neshi, and now Tintalo. Owen, back to what you were saying.
Use code NorthStar Network on Audible for 20% off your first purchase. Not actually.
We can neither confirm or deny if that will work, as now Bertov has it. She works her way up the field. And that one's over to Carbone. Nicole Mira way out of her net there. Allie Cole tries to save it, and it will stay with the Warriors.
You know, as we talk about that, bigger stat line that the North Stars have, their scoring is all spread out, but what we've mainly seen from Liverpool is just 3 main players doing all the scoring for the Warriors, Carbone, Geary, and Tift. Meanwhile, the North Stars have around 5 different people doing the scoring for them tonight.
Now it's Bertov with it. And yeah, Drew, that just goes to show the the North Stars roster depth. Really, every girl on this team is competitive and can contribute to this varsity squad. As Liverpool Warriors bobble that one, but Carbone comes away with it. Pass inside to Tift, caught by Cole. She dishes it off to Mira. So Nicole Mira is going to start things off for the North Stars. She gives it to McGrath. Fired quickly over to Pauline. up to Sam Klein. Sam Klein bobbles but has room to run still. She gives it all the way over to Neshi. Now the North Star is going to slow things down. It's fired to Prentice. Prentice going to work from the X. This is where she is most dangerous. We've seen it this season. Now the North Star is just moving the ball around, trying to get this Liverpool offense to shift. They can take as much time as they'd like as they are up 5 goals. No rush to score at all. And now Pauline gives it all the way over to Firth. And now it's Tori Ayanati with it. Tori Ayanati back with it.
Drew, back to you were saying, CNS does have more players involved. We got 6 players in this game with at least 1 point. And then the other side, Liverpool's only got 4. But just to keep going, not to play off that, CNS does have the more involvement, but it's not going to show just on the stats between goals and assists. It's going to show just how much the ball is moving around the horn when they have offensive possessions like you were seeing here, and how much time they take to really find that shot they want to get off.
Now Prentice working from the crease. She rolls around. Nothing there for her. Sam Klein cuts in front of the middle. That one's picked off by Morgan Kenna very smoothly. She almost read that one like a book. Now Kenna takes her time. Sophia Neshi trying to get to her. Neshi working hard to get there. Neshi does get there, slows things down. And that one's fired over to Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle now takes her time. She's going to move this one past the 40. She might go all the way into the offensive third. She does. Met by Sam Klein now at the 20. Guilfoyle trying to make something happen for the Warriors. She fires it back to Maggie Tiff, the go-to girl. And now it's over with Carbone. Carbone kicks it to Bertov. Sam Klein on Bertov. Bertov rolls around, gets a shot off, saved by Nicole Mira. Nicole Mira, really got to give her credit. She has been phenomenal in these past 8 games. I feel like every single time we come here on the North Star Network, we're just adding another game or two where she's been phenomenal in, because she's just been on a hot streak of saves, and quite frankly, there hasn't been a team that's cooled her off. Now Nicole Mira gets fouled on that one, so she'll start things off. Mia Bertov quickly to get onto her, and now she's really out there. Molly McGrath finally gets it. It's given up to Mira Lieberman. Lieberman takes it across the 50. She's going to go all the way to the 30 before she decides to slow down. She kicks it to Molchanoff, and now Brooke Mulch going to take her time. 4 minutes now on the clock. The North Star is just trying to take time and find the open goal if possible. No need to rush to score like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, we're about to see nothing but time used by the CNS offense. Just under 4 minutes to go now. I almost wouldn't be surprised if CNS doesn't take another shot here and Liverpool doesn't get another chance on offense in the rest of this contest.
Tori Ayanati sets the pick for Molchanoff, and she kicks it back. That's almost like a pick and roll that we see in basketball, Owen.
Pick
that
and
one
pop.
Fired over.
Will be a kick on Firth, I'm assuming.
Now Liverpool has it. Liverpool working their way up the field. The North Stars just need another defensive stand. They only drew about 40 seconds off the clock with that possession. And now Geary works all the way. She gets in front of the crease, but now she's met by a defender, and there is a foul on that play. It should be from the 12. They're going to give her the 8 on her straw in hand. Geary could score here. Nope, scratch that. They move her back to the 12. Geary looking for options. Unlikely she shoots. She doesn't. Gives it to Carbone. Carbone steps up. No one there to meet her, and Carbone finishes. So now it's 11-7. 2:42 on the clock. 4 goals down is Liverpool. They have scored the past 2 goals, I believe, Owen. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But the Warriors have some momentum. They just need to learn how to score quickly now, because like you've mentioned multiple times, Owen, they struggle to score.
Yeah, that's not only Liverpool's back-to-back goals, that's also Carbone scoring back-to-back Liverpool as well, unassisted. 7 minutes exactly between the two.
And now CNS takes a timeout, so I think it's the perfect time to send it down to our sideline reporter, Johnny Lisi. Johnny, what are you hearing down there on the sideline?
keep the hustle going. You saw Liverpool out-hustle them. The North Stars have had flashes of greatness on offense this half, but they really haven't gotten anything going. It's 11-7. They've scored 3 goals, but really, I think Liverpool has outscored them. The North Stars really need to out-hustle Liverpool in these last 2:42. Now, for Liverpool, they really need to keep the momentum going. They have a daunting 4-goal lead to get in 2:42. If Liverpool wants to claw back in this game, they have to keep the fight going. And as you can see, the wind is still strong as it just blew my hood off. The weather hasn't gotten much better, but it should be a good last 2:42, guys.
Thank you, Johnny. And Drew, anything you have to add? You've been really quiet over there tonight. Is everything all right, buddy?
Yeah, it is all right over here. You guys have just been saying everything that I've wanted to say. I mean, you're hitting every single point. I mean, the North Stars just got to keep this lead. They're playing that passive offense that we've seen with the winning teams, especially against the Lady North Stars, where they're just trying to keep possession, trying to keep it as long as they can to preserve this lead. It doesn't look like they're going to be too offensive-minded in the last 2 minutes and 42 seconds of this game, but who knows? Maybe that's what Coach Prentice is talking about in this huddle right now, becoming more offensive-minded and just trying to get as many goals as they can before the time runs out on the scoreboard.
Thank you, Drew. And Drew, just keep in mind, dude, you got a mic. You can talk. It's okay to cut us off. We don't mind. And the Warriors first to take the field. It will be Berthoff on the face-off. I'd assume it'd be Putman for the North Stars. If not, it'd be Molchanoff.
Rob, one thing I actually just realized is Liverpool, they only have 5 teams on the roster, 4 juniors, 6 sophomores, 4 freshmen, and an 8th grader. So this team's nothing but young, like we saw with their girls basketball team, and pretty much similar to their boys basketball team as well. That was a big roster. They had a lot of young players on the roster. This is almost a rebuilding year for almost all of Liverpool's sports, as there's a lot of young depth to grow and build within the program these next years to come. And even to keep going with that, Tiff leads the team in points. And after that, you've got a junior, a sophomore, and a freshman close behind Tiff. Well, not close, but those 3 all in close with each other. As Liverpool in the next 2 years, alongside CNS, 2 great teams. That'll be a rivalry to continue years to come.
So, Owen, I'm going to ask you this because I was just about to mention how we always talk about how strong this CNS team will be in 2 years. Who do you think will be the better squad in 2 years, CNS or Liverpool?
Oh, CNS still. But Liverpool's still going to be – it's not in 2-3 years, it's not going to be 11-7 CNS. It's going to be 11-10 or like a closer game. And this game's still got time to work with.
And that one's popped over to Molchanoff. Yeah, Owen, I think you're right. We did see CNS's JV team blow out Liverpool's, but keep in mind a lot of the girls that would be on JV are on varsity this year for Liverpool.
On both sides.
Yeah, on both sides, really. Now Molchanoff's just taking her time. No need to work quickly. They're just going to slow things down. You see 3 North Stars players just sitting back at the 25.
Yeah, Rob, I'm going to cut you off there. There are 6 players on this North Stars varsity roster who play a key part in the role of this entire team who are eligible to be on JV.
That's kind of crazy. Let me take a
2
look.
of them
we
being
got
Prentice, or 3. Prentice, Neschi, and Molchanoff could all be on JV right now. Joined in by Pauline, Putman, Doty, Jaworski. And I missed one. I know I missed one somewhere. And
Pauline.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how good the CNS team will be in 2 years. And that one's picked off by Berthoff. Berthoff now works down the field. She's at the 30, now to the 20. And Liverpool has a chance to close the gap. With 1:20 on the clock, they need to score, and they need to score quick. The defense gets spinned by Maggie Tiff. Maggie Tiff gets an 8-meter. This one will go right down the pipe.
I don't know why she didn't fire after she had the beautiful spin wide open in front of the net. She just didn't fire, tried to get closer. Which almost left her unluckily with the chance to turn the ball over. But now she has a shot from the 8 on her strong hand.
And Tiff fires. That one's in the top corner. And now it's 11-8 with 1:07 on the clock. Owen, I believe that's the quickest we've seen Liverpool score back-to-back in this game.
Let me do my quick maths here.
It's definitely close. I know the Warriors have taken a long time to score. They did have one in the first half that was decently close together. But either way, 3 goals in a minute isn't unheard of. It's a tough task, but it's possible. Drew, anything you got to add?
All I've got to say is that this is not what the North Stars. Oh, my mic accidentally turned off. This is not what the North Stars would want. This is not what obviously would be ideal here. Liverpool is coming back in the last stretches, the home stretch of this game. The North Stars just got to start producing offense. They can't just keep sitting around being passive and just trying to waste time. They got to start producing more offense here. I think that CNS can run away with it. I do not think Liverpool has the capabilities to score 3 in 1 minute. But again, like you said, anything is possible.
That ball popped up.
Rob, both times in this game when Liverpool had back-to-back goals by different goal scorers, it was within a minute of each other.
And it's Guilfoyle who has it, but she bobbles it. Putman's still there to defend. Putman pokes it away from Guilfoyle. Now Putman can just run out the clock. 50 seconds left, but she's met by Kenna and Guilfoyle. She is fouled on the play, so Putman will keep the ball. Clock's still running. All she has to do is keep it for another 40 seconds. And this one is over, ladies and gentlemen. Putnam gets it poked away, but she will keep it again. Another foul on Putman. Someone's got to shift for her. She's surrounded by 2 Liverpool defenders. She needs to be able to have someone to pass this one to. And she gets through the double team. Putman still has it. 18 seconds on the clock. All she has to do is keep it. There's Prentice with it now. It's over to Molchanov. Molchanov just has to move the ball. She elects to keep it. She bobbles it. Somehow still has it. That one's slashed away. 4 seconds on the clock. It'll be CNS ball. And ladies and gentlemen, that will do it. 11-8, your final score. The North Stars with a strong stand at home to take a win over Liverpool in their last game of the season. So we will see you for sectionals. I'd assume this is one of the matchups we might see. Owen, anything you got to add?
Tift had 4 goals today, and I don't say just 1 assist, but she was 5 points in the game. Impressive outing from Maggie Tift in a hard-fought game for Liverpool, almost coming back on CNS. And Rob, he looks antsy. Let's send it down to Johnny Lisi to close out his thoughts on the game before he heads back up to the booth.
Johnny is asking who he wants for an interview. Johnny, we'll leave it up to you. You make the call, my friend, and we'll send it down to you. Just give us a heads up before you go. Drew, anything you got to add?
I think that the North Stars really did good in that game, but I thought they could have done a little better. It seemed like for a little bit in the middle of the first half almost that they were playing like the Suns against the Mavericks, playing down a little bit to Liverpool's level, but they got back. They got some offensive momentum, but Liverpool got momentum too late for comfort. They've got a week to practice before the postseason. I'm really excited to see what this North Stars team can do in the postseason.
Keep in mind, the North Stars were not the 1 seed going into sectionals last year, and they were able to actually win the whole thing, beating Liverpool here in overtime, beating West Jenny at West Jenny, and then beating Beeville in overtime to win the sectional championship. So a team that can rally in the playoffs when they need to, and they have been very solid as of late. They had a rough start to their season, but they've for sure figured things out. And now we're going to send it down to Johnny Lisi, who looks to be with Brooke Molchanoff and Gabby Putnam. Johnny, take it away.
So, Brooke, you were the points leader for the night. How does it feel to get that after against Liverpool?
It feels really good. We all came together, but at the end we were falling apart a little, but we all stuck together as a team. So.
Gabby, you helped to ice the game. How did that feel? You were in some close defense with Liverpool.
It felt good just to get out of it, and, you got to do what you got to do. Come over with a win, so it was a good battle.
How are you feeling coming into sectionals?
Amazing. Let's go. Yeah, very pumped.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Johnny, for getting Brooke and Gabby. And Rob, you got anything to add to the North Star Network broadcast here for CNS Liverpool?
I'm very excited for sectionals, Owen. We see the draw. I believe this CNS team plays on Friday. We still are waiting for the schedule, though.
Yeah,
but
I think
Tuesday
the
and Friday
meeting
are
is
supposed to-
meeting's Wednesday. I know that for a fact. We'll get the official schedule and brackets sometime Wednesday afternoon. We will get an update on you with that.
Yeah.
We'll be back for sectionals next week. I think we're dry until then.
I hope we're dry until then. Could definitely use a little bit of a break. We've been really on our game all season, so it'll be nice to get a little breather. Drew, anything you got to add before we send this one home?
I really don't. I'm really excited for the postseason. It's nice to have a little week break, though. It's been a long season.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, your final score of the night, 11 to the North Stars, 8 to the Liverpool Warriors. CNS takes home a hard-fought win. We would like to give a massive thank you to our facility manager, Joe Howell, our trainer, Katie Clark, our PA announcer, Daryl White, our spotter, Mr. Pilata, and our athletic director who lets this all happen for us, Mr. Bednarski. Thank you to Johnny Lisi for battling the weather here tonight and taking on the sideline. Drew Matiasic for sitting over there as our third broadcaster. We have Aaron Tarquinio on camera doing a great job as always. My pal Owen, the Big O O'Keefe, our unified basketball star. He's got a big game coming up on Thursday. Thank you to Owen. And for myself, Robert Bateman, thank you for tuning into the North Star Network. And everyone have a great night. We'll see you at sectionals.